Hi guys, it's Dan and Becky from
Bugs on the Windshield.
and stay tuned because we're going to take you on our day trip over to the Grand Teton National Park.
After breakfast, we loaded up the cameras and we're headed out over the Teton Pass. We were going to head out to go to Moose Wilson Road this morning, so it takes about an hour to get there, so we got an early start. Okay, we followed the 18-wheeler over through the Teton Pass, which really would be kind of scary to drive through that big a rig. We would have probably had to do it with our camper maybe, which would have been a little scary.
We saw other campers.
But there was a lot of campers
there,
going through there. Mm-hmm. It's just a pretty steep little
drive. It's a mountain. Yeah. It's a big mountain.
It's a big mountain. It's a pretty good little drive. I mean, of course, we've done bigger ones.
We came up over Teton Pass and we were going to head over to Moose Wilson Road.
Now we heard that there's a lot of sightings of moose and bear through there, so we thought, well, this will be a good opportunity.
Yeah, maybe we'll see something.
Yeah. I did think we were probably a little bit late.
A little later in the day. It takes a while to drive from Idaho over. So.
Yeah, it took us a little while longer to get to that point. So I think if we would have known what we know now, probably would have left a little bit earlier and tried to get there earlier in the morning, where I think you have a better chance of seeing the wildlife.
On the way over, we saw, of course, it was really pretty. We started seeing the mountains and a lot of cows.
Yeah, there was a lot.
They weren't in the road like the sheep were on one of our other videos, but there was a lot of cattle there.
Why, but I really want some chocolate milk.
proceed. Station closed. All right. We'll have to pay it at some point.
I guess they don't want our money here.
Our money's no good.
We're getting lucky when we go to these national parks with you guys. It's like White Canyon of the Gunnison.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
They have this bear aware sign. I guess it's for campers, to keep your food, food, or maybe even people who are picnicking or whatever.
Yeah, to make sure that they're aware that there's in bear territory. After we pass through the ranger station, we get onto Moose Wilson Road, and the first mile and a half or so is dirt, and it can be a little rough in spots. And then once we get past that, then it goes into pavement, and it runs about 8 miles total.
Granite Canyon Ranch. Oh, I see what they mean. See any bears?
We kept looking, trying to see if we were going to see something, watching the sides. And actually, I did that. He just, he drove.
I just drove.
Kept his eyes on the road.
Like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, like he's supposed to.
Huge bird over on the right-hand side.
Okay, yeah, I saw him fly in front of you.
Yeah.
I was anxious. We did see, the only thing we did see was, one big bird. A big bird.
Pterodactyl?
I don't know what it is though.
Nah, it was either a robin or a pterodactyl.
Kind of a broad spectrum there of birds.
It's either a crow or a raven.
Oh, well, how exciting. Well, that was exciting.
Still a big bird.
Yeah.
We didn't really see any bear through Moose Wilson Road. We did actually, hear about some.
Yeah, the timing wasn't good for us on
Yeah,
that.
we were just a little bit late almost every single time.
missed it by that much.
We got to the end of, kind of the Moose Wilson Road part, where there are a lot of sightings and everything. And there's like a clearing and,
A place to park.
Yeah, a little place to park and everything.
So we pulled into there because there was a lot of people there, and they were out looking, and that's usually a pretty good spot to find some bears. Talking to one of the rangers there. When we were talking to the ranger, he pointed out that there was a bear across the water. He was telling us a story that before we got there that people were all looking at the bear, and then somebody actually looked behind him and saw a mama bear and a cub across the street right behind everybody.
Anyway,
We should have drove faster down
we should have.
Moose
We should have
Wilson
just
Road.
hauled it.
This is the line at the ranger station to get into the park, and we thought we were going to have to wait a while. Then all of a sudden it was moving pretty quick. It turns out that they had a computer error on their system, so they were just letting everybody in
Free of charge.
free of charge. Unfortunately, this time we were out there, the forest fires had kind of put a smoky haze over the mountain, so you couldn't really get a good view of a lot of the Tetons.
Right. This view that we had in the morning here was probably the best view we got all day. It kind of got more hazy as the day went on. But we did see some of it, and honestly, it did make it beautiful as well. We saw
Yeah.
a lot of stuff,
And it was good for some photography because, like I say, there wasn't any harsh sun that we had to worry about. It was you can see here where all the traffic was for Jenny Lake. It was quite a popular place, and we were going to try to maybe sneak in and see it real quick, but with the crowd and everything, we thought, well, we didn't really have a lot of time for that because we had a pretty long agenda that day to hit some spots.
we went on up to Coulter Bay.
Up to
and-
Coulter Bay. We were trying. That was our goal was to get to Coulter Bay and see that.
Yeah, we
And-
I think to get to Coulter Bay, we just kind of wanted to see, what it would have been, because we were supposed to camp there. So I was kind of nervous about the camp spots anyway, to see if really our camper would fit.
Yeah,
And we were going to
yeah.
we're going to have two vehicles. Were we going to have two or just one?
We're gonna have one. Because
just
they
gonna
were
have one,
We were gonna pick them
right,
up. We decided to pick them up, and we were just gonna have our vehicle. So we kind of knew what we didn't know what we were getting into because we'd never been up there. So, but it was kind of nice to be able to have an opportunity to actually see
Where the park
where it was.
is.
So we were kind of trying to get to there, and so we kind of did kind of buzz by some of the sites in between. But it, being the fact that we were kind of a little bit farther away from the park, I think did kind of consolidate our sightseeing a little bit because we had a little more driving time to get to some of those spots. So.
So we got to Coulter Bay, and we went ahead and had a little picnic lunch there. And unfortunately, for some reason, we didn't get all of our video. So
Yeah, I don't know if we took any video.
we
or if
lost
just,
a lot of video for some reason.
I don't
on
know
this
if I
trip.
took video of. I think maybe I was going to take video of the park and I didn't, or I don't know if we lost it. But we did go walk through the RV part of it just to kind of see what it
How
looked
big
like.
the sites
and,
were.
and so we were able to just walk through and look at all the sites and get an idea of what the sites were like and
How long they were.
how long they
how
were.
big
And
they
looking
were.
at most of them, we were thinking that we would have a pretty good shot of getting a decent sized site.
Right. I think they're all. I think the lengths are like 45 feet, and our actual camper is 39 feet. So I called and asked about our truck as well, and they told us that basically you can just kind of pull in on the side, and it usually just works out.
Yeah, it works out. So I mean, you can squeeze that down a little bit. That's not a problem. And they were decent, and there was some pretty good sized rigs in there, so we were kind of able to look and see what campers were in there and what size they were, and
Right.
realize that they were parked in there fine. It was a pretty campground. You probably are a little close, maybe to each other, but you're right in the park, so that's the
Right.
kind of price you pay.
That's the best part, though, being right there. And we had thought, we'll be we'll be real close to the water.
Every year, Jackson Lake is drawn down to send water to reservoirs downstream through the Snake River. This was such a dry year that they took a lot more water, and according to the park staff, this has only happened about 3 times in 30 years that it's been this low.
Well, this was pretty low, I would say. We stopped by the Pacific Creek Landing, and that is a place where a lot of folks will kayak from the dam on down to this spot. It's an easy spot on the Snake River to get in and out of, and we were real jealous of that too. I think
Yeah.
we plan to do that next time. If we can get out there again, and spend a few days and take our kayaks, and actually bring our camper next time. We can put in down at the dam and then get out there. I don't know how far that is, but it's an easier part, I guess, of the Snake River. Especially those old towns.
They're wide enough, you can get them moving. And finally, after about 2 years now, I finally figured out to take the traction tape and stick it on the floor. Because I'd get out of it, I'd get my feet in there, they'd get wet, it'd slide. And I was like, this is...
Then we made a stop. We'd heard about Schwabacher Landing, and we there are a lot of bear activity and moose and various other things there. So we made a stop there, and we almost saw something there too.
Yeah.
We did. We got out. The little drive down to the landing is a little bit on the rough side, but there were other folks down there. We got out. We walked out a little ways to the little
ponds that were there.
Yeah, ponds that were
the
there.
beaver ponds, because there's a lot of beaver ponds down through there, and sometimes you'll see some beaver down there.
Yeah, we think we may have saw a badger. It was like I don't know if it was a honey badger or not.
No, honey badgers don't care.
They don't care. They don't give a shoot.
They don't give a shoot. So there was some animal activity down there. So we took some time and took some pictures down there, and it really was
Yeah,
pretty
I
nice.
imagine if it's a clear day, you'll be able to really see the mountains, and it's probably really cool. The water, of course, is so still that it gives you a really, really good reflection, and that was really a lot of fun. I thought that was one of the highlights, I think, from
Yeah.
the day. Just went over that log. See it? See it right there by the tree? That little. See it, honey? Put your It's going under that tree.
Oh, over there. Oh, I see the branches moving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sure,
Get it? Get the picture.
this will be more fun here. So.
I know.
And one other stop was the Mormon Row. It's kind of a must-do when you're out there. There was a little bit of a crowd out there, but it wasn't like we still have places to park and you can still
Right.
get around. So it wasn't like you were on top of each other, but it was kind of nice to be able to get out and get some photos. We got a chance to get some walking now through there because we actually walked the row. So
You walk the row?
walked the row,
walked the row.
walked the Mormon Row. And just like that, it was time to head back. The one nice thing was it was a beautiful drive back, and we were looking forward to spending the evening back at the house and talking about the day's events. You know, we did do a lot of driving that day, and
Yeah.
we were kind of running through. We would just really enjoy maybe seeing some more.
Right. It was
stuff.
beautiful. It was a beautiful park. It'd be nice to get there and, and really enjoy some of the things that we just kind of touched on that day. But anyway, hopefully you can get out there and get your own adventure. Stay tuned.
But give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget
Forget
to
to
subscribe.
subscribe.
And don't forget what Melissa says.
Sometimes you're the windshield, and sometimes you're bugs on the windshield. Be safe out there.
Bugs on the windshield. Dan. We were following this. My hair's sticking out.
I don't know.
It's so funny. Okay. Bugs.